Welcome back to Enlightened Trading. My name is Conrad, and I'll give you another update on Bitcoin again today. So, as expected, and as I mentioned in my latest video, I set the probability of retesting 9,800 maybe into the upper 9,900s is most likely. And then we will most likely have set our lower high compared to 10,300. So now we have a high, a low, a lower high, and we will now scout for our higher low compared to 8,902, 8,902. Or yeah, like 8,900-ish. So I drew a trend line, and this is of course under the assumption that this is now our lower high, our higher low. This doesn't have to be set, of course. We could still come back down to the area of 9,200, the low 9,200s, or mid 9,100. Yeah, so we will see if this is our reversal doji on the 4-hour. This certainly looks like a candle, yet seems like we will have more downside in the short term for now. So looking at this on the hourly chart, I drew a cycle I drew cycle analytics, and I don't use them actually. I just thought I'd try them out. So what you want to do is the previous cycle you want to assume will happen in the future. You draw from the beginning to the end, and I drew from this high, of course, to the lower high of 9,900, and this would now indicate that our next lower high or double top or breakout will occur on the 30th of October. And this is basically, you just draw and extend this to here, and then this could be our next critical period. Yet what I have come to experience in the past is that the tighter an equilibrium gets, the longer the intervals between lower highs and higher lows. So what that means, in an equilibrium, the first phase between a high and a lower high and a higher low is the longest, and they get tighter and tighter and narrower. And yeah, so that's what I've experienced, of course. So we could now be in a symmetrical triangle. It would be actually even more symmetrical if we came back down and retested that. Although of course the higher or the flatter the upper trend line, the more it is like a horizontal resistance line, and you want horizontal resistance line since it's the most clear level of least resistance and of resistance. Yeah, so as I mentioned, we are now in this equilibrium, and this will most likely play out. If this doesn't play out, then we will drop most likely from here and see this low be taken out and form a higher low, or form a lower I mentioned, and after that most likely a lower high. Maybe then go into an extended period of a bull flag, and this could then maybe look something like that. Yet I don't think this is the likely scenario. I would give this maybe a 35% chance, maybe 40, but actually 35% chance for this to play out, because we just have very important support around 8800, and think this will most likely hold if we actually come back down to retest that level. So, yeah, is there anything much else on Bitcoin? I think, yeah, we can look at this on the 15-minute time frame just for some short-term analysis. We are in what looks like a parallel channel right here, with multiple touches here on the upside or here on the top, and with 2 touches on the bottom. Maybe extend this. Yeah, doesn't really work. Okay, so yeah, this upper resistance line is rather clear in my opinion, and it almost seems horizontal with these multiple touches and wicks right here around 9,422 on Bitstamp. And I actually entered a trade with a stop loss right here below this candle, below that candle around 9,312 on BitMax. It's a bit higher. So yeah, I think this has the tendency in the most likely scenario to break out to the upside and maybe come back up to 9,700 and then see a potential lower high, or at least resistance incoming. And if this trend line plays out to be of significance, then we could see a retest of upper 9,700s, maybe up to 9,800. If this doesn't seem too important, then we would look at the previous lower high of 9,900 for our next resistance area. Yeah, and actually that's interesting if I extend that right here. What is this line? Is this? Yeah, it is. That's actually the trend line which broke. And I don't know why nobody, I mean, very few people I tend to follow on YouTube actually view this as a trend line and just use this as a horizontal support line. But in my opinion, this is a very nice trend line with actually multiple touches and a very clear break of resistance, or of support resistance. It's not really that important how you frame it. So actually we have a very nice touch and a rejection of this level. Maybe no coincidence, maybe of some coincidence. Yeah, it seems like it was of some resistance. So that's interesting. Yeah. So as I mentioned, on 15-minute, this looks like a horizontal descending channel, maybe even with on 15-minute. I mean, I don't like these patterns on these lower time frames. Yeah, maybe an inverse head and shoulders, and as I already mentioned, I don't really like head and shoulders, so I keep this to your judgment. Also, we have a very clear support level around 9,350. Maybe just look at this on the 5-minute real quick. Yeah. Maybe we have here a downtrend resistance line which could be broken, maybe not. Yet we do have a very clear level with multiple touches, at least around 9,350. If this breaks, of course, we would look at our recent low on 9,320. Yeah, so Okay, so we analyzed bigger time frames, small time frames. Yeah, just to complete the previous week's analysis, what I do like, I mean, I would have of course liked to close a bit higher, yet it is, if we just take this whole, maybe use a Fibonacci, we just take this whole move. You can see how the candle even closed above the 0.382 percent. So the body is rather high actually. It would have been concerning for this to, of course, only close below 8,800. Yet this is a very nice close, and actually this was a perfect test. Or was it? No, it wasn't. Yeah, okay, that was a bit deceiving. I delete it for now. But we closed rather high. That's what I like to see. We have, of course, an inside bar forming on Bitcoin. That's no surprise. If this, actually, that's not an inside bar. My bad, it's not an inside bar. Okay. Maybe we will now have an inside bar form. And yeah. So I guess that's it for today. I think I covered most of it. Maybe I just have a quick look at stocks, just what's going on, and we are at all-time highs. Okay. Anything here? Oh my gosh, can it's out of control, man. Interesting. Yeah, but that doesn't have to mean too much. Yet, if we see a break of $1 on General Cannabis Corporation, then we will rally very significantly, and that most likely also very, very sharply. Like multiple X gains could be on the table here if you use prior price action. So I'll cover this in another video most likely, but that's of course important. Disclose. This could be very meaningful. Okay, so guess that's it for today. Hope you have a nice start of your week, and had a nice start into your week, of course. Yeah, and to finish things off, I see you guys and girls, you people, back next time. Bye.